Hey, what's up guys? Aaron here. So we got new information from Celsius and Fahrenheit about how much everybody is going to get back, including earn and people that have loans. So two documents came through about yesterday. One is 781 pages, which I'm not going to go through the entire thing because that would be a 5-hour video, and that's not really what most people want to spend their day doing, which I totally get. So the first one is a revised disclosure statement, and the second is the second notice of filing a joint Chapter 11 plan. I am going to start out, though, just going over some things that I found, but also starting out with what Simon Dixon posted. A lot of you guys are not on Twitter, so he did a really good job of just kind of breaking down some of the most important things that people really care about, not going into all the nitty-gritty crazy details. So the first one right here, this is the initial distribution for the first year after the plan gets confirmed. And this is really what most people care about. So these are unsecured claims. So this does relate to people that have a loan as well, which I'll get to a little bit later in this video. So loans will be around this as well for your collateral. So they break it down into three categories: the NewCo plan, this is with Fahrenheit, the orderly wind down, and also a liquidation analysis. So first, taking a look at the NewCo plan. So this is if Fahrenheit goes through. These are people that have an earn claim, and also again for borrow. You're going to get 37.6% of your claim amount in crypto. Now, how to find out what your claim is you have to go to docket 1420. I'll include this below, and that'll open up a PDF that looks like this. You can scroll down and you will find a chart that looks like this. So these are the USD value amounts per coin on the day of petition. So just starting out, going back here to this post, again, you will get 37.6% of your petition value, basically what your claim is. Then you will get 30.9% of the NewCo common stock, and then you will get proceeds of the litigation trust to be determined, because this could take a long time. So for a total recovery, they say of 68.5%, that is the crypto plus the stock recovery. If we head into a wind down scenario, you are going to get 44.2% immediately. So basically an extra, what is that, 7% or so? 7% off the bat, you are going to get immediately higher with a orderly wind down. And then we were going to get some distributions for selling illiquid assets. So another 7.3%. That could take, potentially a year or so. Mining equity at around 10%. We're still going to get the litigation trust recovery. The litigation trust is going to go after Alex Mashinsky, Daniel Leon, the other co-founders. They took out loans using Cell Token. They may go after their physical homes. I don't quite know, but basically they're going to go after insiders. And unfortunately, they are going to go after retail clawbacks, basically individual users who took off money 3 months before the bankruptcy. If that is you, you definitely want to join the retail clawback community on Telegram. I'll include the links to that below. So the orderly wind down, your immediate recovery will be 44.2%. So they're saying it's less, right? Because you're going to have to wait to get some of these illiquid assets to be sold, and also the mining equity. And then the liquidation analysis is going to be around 47.6% plus any litigation trust proceeds. So the liquidation is not ideal, because everything will be sold and you will just get a check in the mail in US dollars. So most people would rather get crypto back. You will get less tax consequences that way, especially if you purchased crypto at lower prices, which a lot of people did. So that is the slide they added. It's not that different than what we knew before, but this kind of gives a breakdown of your initial distribution and also distributions that can come 1 month to also a year after the plan is confirmed. And this is another slide kind of breaking it down a little bit into more detail, but the final numbers here are the same. If the NewCo plan goes through, we'll get 68.5% back. That is a combination of the stock and the crypto. Again, take a look here if you do not know what your claim amount is, because that is important to know what that 37.6% approximately will look like. That is on your claim. It is not what your Celsius wallet shows you right now when you log in. For one reason, and sorry if this is review, Bitcoin was $19,881 at the time of petition. Right now, Bitcoin is like $29,000. So what you see in your Celsius app is not going to be what they base this 37.6% on. It will be less if you held Bitcoin. Now, I want to talk a little bit about people that had a loan, Basically, you can do something called a retail advance obligation repayment election. They couldn't have made it more confusing. Basically, this would allow you to repay some of your loan and get to the same amount of Bitcoin or Ethereum back. Now, the reason that people would want to do this is to help with tax consequences or help minimize tax consequences. But at the end of the day, if your collateral for your loan is less than $5,000, you are going to get 70% back. Basically, you will be in the convenience class. If your collateral is more than $5,000, you will be treated basically like an earn creditor and get that 37.6% back in crypto and another 30.9% back in stock for a total of 68.5% back. That is how I interpreted all of this. It's unbelievably confusing, but that is basically what I see from looking at this. But here in one of the documents that we got, it says that the return for retail borrowers will get 86.4% back. But this is actually a midpoint recovery based on the average loan to value. So it's actually not what you will get back. It is what the average will get back, because it has to do with, again, going back to, if I can find it, how much your claim will be worth, because this will determine what your collateral will basically be worth, if that makes sense. So it is confusing, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, because I could be wrong in this. But how I understand it is that your collateral would be treated like a general earn unsecured claim, and you will basically be in the earn category. And regarding loans, somebody asked, do we have to pay the principal of our loan to receive the 37% of liquid crypto? And Simon says, no, paying off is to be more tax efficient, right? So there is a way to get a more tax efficient situation, basically, by paying off your loan, and then they give you the same amount back in Bitcoin or ETH. Now, if this makes sense for you tax-wise, this will be an option, but you do not need to do so. And here it does say that unsecured claims includes the retail borrower post set-off claim. So very confusing, but basically unsecured claims will be falling into this category, which does make me think that it will be people that have a loan. So again, if you have a loan, expect to get the same recovery back as people that had an earn account. So diving into more of Simon's screenshots, so I don't have to go through 750 pages for this video, he says that substantive consolidation added so that claims are against all the entities. So that is handled, that is good, don't have to worry about that issue. If you don't know about that issue, I'm not going to go into it. It was a huge deal earlier this year. So we know that the FTC had a $4.7 billion claim, but that is subordinated, meaning it goes underneath the creditors to get their money back first. So we already knew that. There is the Series B settlement, which has passed, which is very, very good. And this is very important. So they do mention that they may use PayPal to make liquid crypto distributions for certain creditors. So expect to get fraudulent emails saying you need to sign up with PayPal, and it may be a fake link. Just be very, very aware that PayPal is now going to be a attack vector for scammers right now trying to get your information. But most likely we will be able to take distributions through the Celsius app. It's basically people that don't do it within 90 days may either get US dollars or they may have to go through PayPal. So I want to pause the video really quick and talk about the sponsor of this video, which is Aura. Now, I have been using Aura every single day for over 6 months now, and what they offer is just a whole suite of online protection, from identity protection to transaction monitoring. They can monitor your credit. They also have parental controls, and especially being in the Celsius bankruptcy, we are getting attacked from all vectors with all sorts of security things. Most likely, a lot of us will get our identity stolen because of this bankruptcy, unfortunately, due to the leaks. So Aura is something that I am very happy to call a sponsor, and one that I use myself. So basically, scrolling through the reports, it says it asked data brokers to remove my personal information. It lets me know basically if anything happened regarding my online identity. And it also has this really cool app as well, which you can just monitor directly from your phone. So Aura is giving 2 weeks for free if you use my link, which is aura.com/Aaron Bennett, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. I would highly recommend joining the free trial, because being in these bankruptcies, we are getting attacked, and we will continue to get attacked from all different vectors for a very, very long time. So I would highly recommend this. All right, and now let's get back to the video. So this is the whole idea that you can toggle your claim for more stock or more crypto. So a lot of this is going to make more sense once we get the actual voting, or I should say ballot to vote. It'll show you exactly how to do this. But essentially, if you had a claim of $10,000, right? So they give an example of a $10,000 claim, and we are going to get 68.5% back. So that would be $3,700 in crypto and $3,000 in stock. So what you can do, and this does depend on if there is enough liquidity to do so. So this is not 100%, but there will be a way to get more stock or more equity. So in this example here, the NewCo common stock weighted distribution, so you'll get less crypto, $1,800 of crypto, but a lot more stock of $5,500 in stock. So your total recovery will be an increase of 8% at $7,400. Or there will be an option to do the opposite, basically get more crypto, $4,800, and less stock at 15, and then your total recovery will be a decrease of 7% for $6,300. So this is still pretty confusing regarding will everybody be able to do this. I believe it really has to do with will enough people want to toggle to crypto and also to equity, and will there be enough liquidity, enough balance to do so? Now, I do believe that there's going to be maybe around 10% of people that don't take a recovery, meaning 10% of people that don't want to do a KYC, they don't have enough money in their Celsius account, they don't care. So people that have $15, $20, $30 in their Celsius account that literally deleted the app and they don't give a crap about it anymore, there's going to be a lot of those people. And a lot of that liquidity may help people do this toggle. Basically, that crypto that is not claimed will help people get an increased amount of crypto if they want to use this toggle method. So we will see on this. We don't need to do anything about this now. This will happen much later, probably in September when we're able to vote. So they talk about the Litigation Oversight Committee, which will consist of 7 board members. 2 will be committee members, meaning the UCC. And then the EARN ad hoc gets to select 1 as well. And the loan ad hoc gets to select 1 as well too, which is very cool. So people that are excluded from the plan benefits, obviously we have Alex Mashinsky, Daniel Leon, Roni Cohen-Pavone. We have other people again that were cited in the UCC's documents a few months ago. So a lot of the insiders, the LLCs that the insiders had. So they are aware of the people whom should not get benefit from this plan. So here, September 18th is the deadline to vote on the plan. There is nothing to do now. We don't have a way to vote, but that is kind of the deadline, or that is the projected timeline, September 18th. And then the court can confirm the plan end of September on the 29th. Now, it is important to remember, and I did mention this in previous videos, and Simon lays this out right here, a vote for the plan is a vote for both the reorg and the orderly wind down. Pivoting to a wind down can be decided by the UCC with the EARN ad hoc and the loan ad hoc. So this is what this means. Basically, voting yes means that you are voting for the plan and the wind down, and whether or not we go from the plan to the wind down is not our decision. It's the UCC's decision. It's the loan and EARN ad hoc's decision. So ultimately, at this point, I am happy with either. So they do talk about the settlement and voting for the class claim. So basically, if you vote for this plan by default, you will opt in for the class claim and receive this 5% bonus. But your previous non-contract claims will be dropped. So I talked about this in my last 2 videos. This is nothing new. Basically, if you vote for the plan, that means you are accepting the settlement, which means you are opting in for the class claim. I know, very, very confusing. I am going to be voting for this plan, and I am not going to be opting out. So that's basically what you have to know. If you want to opt out, you can, but I pretty much don't suggest it unless you're in a very specific situation. They also talk about this $2 billion FTX claim that Celsius will try to get back from FTX, which would be crazy if they can get $2 billion back, but this could take years to get back. So this will be a part of the Litigation Trust. So the Litigation Trust right here, this is a part of the Fahrenheit plan, the orderly wind down, or if we go to a liquidation. We're still going to get the proceeds of this litigation trust, what they can bring back. Now, we are funding the litigation trust with $50 million, basically paying lawyers to hopefully get more than $50 million back. And unfortunately, the litigation trust is going to go after people who took out money, retail people like yourself who took out money 90 days before the petition date. Again, link below if that applies to you. What they did with retail clawbacks is they changed some of the higher threshold limits. So now if you withdrew less than 100 grand, you will not be pursued for clawbacks if you vote in favor of the plan. But if you withdrew more than $100,000 in the 90 days before the petition, they will want 27.5% back, or you can join the Telegram group and we can fight this together, but join the Telegram group if you withdrew more than $100,000. And they give a lot more information about how they reached some of these numbers, which I'm not going to go through in this video, just a lot of numbers about the Chapter 11 liquidation numbers and also the orderly wind down numbers. So before I end the video, just want to remind you guys that Aura is giving away those 2 weeks for free as a free trial. I would highly recommend joining and seeing if it's something that you'd like to continue. I've been using it every day since I got it earlier this year, and it's something that I feel has really protected me, especially getting my information off of dark web websites and websites that I don't want it to be on. And especially what's happening with Celsius, I want all the protection that I can get. So the link is aura.com/Aaron Bennett, or use the QR code on your screen. So ultimately, guys, that is it for the video. I will give more information, especially as we need to do something. Right now, there's nothing we need to do. We're just kind of learning more information about how this is all going to play out over the next few months. I'm really hoping that we can get out of this before the end of this year. There's a very good likelihood we could, which would be great, because we want our Bitcoin, we want our equity before we go into another massive bull market, ideally. Hopefully this bull market can kind of hold off until, mid 2024, until we get our crypto equity and everything is totally settled. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.